Hey everyone, it's Norm here from IMCARS. Welcome back to the YouTube channel where today's video is maybe a little bittersweet. Yes, that's right. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why? But let's climb on board, fire this car up. We'll take it for one final drive and I'll explain a little bit of the circumstances. Final drive in the Aventador, and I gotta say, I will miss this car a lot. But that brings us to why did we sell this car? Well, a couple reasons. First one is, it was a smart business decision. We bought the car, owned the car for a short period of time, and made a good return on it. So, that's, number one, that's what we do. We buy cars to make money on. So smart business decision, number one. Number two, it is coming up to winter, so it's not as if there's gonna be a ton of opportunities to drive this car for the next 6 months. So it's different if it was summer or spring, like where we could drive it for a few months, but like it's gonna snow in 3 days. So where you're just gonna park it and look at it, like, it doesn't really make sense, right? But maybe another very valid reason why is we are looking at buying something even crazier, which I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there is a very famous Bugatti Chiron coming up for auction. That it does have a little bit of negative history about it, but it's going to be an absolute bargain. So why don't I tell you a little bit more about this Chiron, and we'll discuss the possibility of us buying it. All right, taking the plate off. All right, plates are off, and my final goodbye to the Aventador. But as soon as we climb on board of our next car, my ride out of here, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Bugatti we're looking at buying.
One eternity later.
So we are on board our new crazy color edition G63. We previously had the alien green one earlier this year, and this one is a tomato red one, very rare. And super cool. And before I get to telling you about this Bugatti, yes, it is that time of day. Starbucks, even though it's 3 o'clock, I'm tired for some reason today, which brings up my next point. Starbucks, still waiting for you to sponsor me. All right, we are all set and awake now, sort of. So this Bugatti Chiron was a 2019, it had just over 2,000 miles on it. And as you can see, it had some front end fire damage on the driver's side front fender and hood. But the car did run and drive. There didn't seem to be any major mechanical stuff wrong with it on that end. Nothing else super substantive in terms of body or interior damage. Obviously, everything's very expensive on a car like this. But, I figured if you could buy something like this car for, let's call it about the price of this Aventador, like somewhere in that 400,000 range, I think the car would be an absolute buy. You could sort of, let's just say, cheaply repair it, given that we're a dealership and we have some connections on that end. And like the title, I don't really care about the title. We have dealer plates. We can drive around a destructed or a salvaged title, no problem. So I thought that'd be a really cool car. And obviously like lots of other people, especially like other YouTubers, were talking about this thing. But, you know, obviously some time has gone by since selling the Aventador and making this second part to this. And that car ended up selling for 1.75 million USD, which makes 0 sense because you can buy a clean title one with no damage for low 2 million, 2.5 USD that you can actually plate and drive and has no existing issues. So whoever bought that thing, yeah, you got more money than brains, but that's fine. So obviously I'm always looking around for different cool cars to buy, both for inventory and to like make videos with and drive around in and that sort of thing. And always, that's all I do. So I came across this. This, as you can see, is 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, just over 10,000 miles on it, seal gray. And yes, this is car number 825, which is the daily driven exotics Carrera GT. They only built 1,270 of these, and like I said, this is car 825. Nice car, really nice car. Little higher mileage than collectors want on this, so I'm gonna guess this car is gonna be in the 1.2, 1.3 million USD range, which I don't know, that's a hit or a miss because that could continue going up in value, but obviously a year ago this car was probably like 700-ish US, so it's gone up quite a bit, but it would be a very, very, very special car to have. And obviously you know, the DD thing could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. That's kind of open to interpretation on what you think, right? So with that out of the way, I will tell you I have bought something, and I don't want to give too many hints away, but let's see here. I want something I can drive year-round, and this I can drive year-round. It is all-wheel drive, so that's a pretty big hint right there. Secondly, I will say this is, I think, by far the fastest car we've ever had here at the dealership. Yes, the fastest car by far. It is modified, heavily modified. Very unique. There's the car itself, there's a few of around. It is, you know, a specialty car, but in terms of the modification kit and the modification company in Canada, there's only a handful of these. I mean, I know there's a few, but they're not everywhere by any means. Like less than 10 in the country, that's for sure. Probably less than 5. What else can I tell you? This thing is gonna be absolutely bonkers, and I'm very excited. It should, with a little bit of luck, be here by the weekend. And if it's here by the weekend, I will be making a video right away, putting it out, because this thing is absolutely nutty. And I am planning on winter driving this thing, because this thing is gonna be, I can't even describe it. I'm so excited. I've never driven anything close to this level of power. We do have lots of other really cool stuff on the way. You know, just stuff like this that we sell lots of. This is, of course, the Crazy Color Edition Tomato Red G63, which I've been driving for a little bit. I bought this thing just to beat around in, but coming for the weekend, when this other car arrives, I'll get this thing cleaned up, and I will put this thing online and sell it. But in the meantime, fun car to drive. I'm actually going to do a video with this, kind of reviewing it, because the G63 has a lot of good things about it and a lot of not so good things. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up as always. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.